basically what kind of person we want to be in the future. And a lot of these are inspired by the values of empathy, respect, kindness, and just cooperation and kindness when interacting with others in the community. And so all this to say in the age group that we're looking at, middle school, around that age, I think if anyone had that opportunity when they were that age to get the kind of skills that we're hoping they walk away with, anyone's going to make good decisions that they'll feel good in their own well-being. And I think it would definitely make and support for our future leaders.
A summer camp for island youth that's equally fun, rewarding, informative, and life-changing, providing culturally relevant life lessons, is being held for the next 2 weeks under the ever-watchful eye of our friends at WestCare Pacific Islands. A major goal of the program is to shape identity and instill strength.
And I think at that time and age, and let's be real, at that age, everyone only thinks of relationships and, how to look cool and how to be cool. But I think always in the end of it, we learn that getting in touch with who we are and who we want to be, which is exactly, I think, the activities and the space they'll get to have. And of course, just grow into these beautiful beings for our island.
And while WestCare perpetually looks out for our island's at-risk and underprivileged youth, building on the universality of their core values, the lessons campers take away are for everyone.
We created a system in that those who have been through the camp will have some kind of I don't want to ruin it too much, but they'll have some kind of a lead in interacting with the other peers with them.
Modern mental health is broader than was defined for previous generations, so there's also the building up of fundamental skills like confidence, optimism, self-awareness, and a desire to make positive contributions to our shared community.
And just as a mental health provider myself, I've been doing counseling, fortunately, for 4 years under WestCare. Seeing the curriculum and then seeing how the mental health component is married together and delivered for these youth, I feel like it covers all facets, their identity, understanding their cognitions and how their emotions are linked to their actions, are linked to their thoughts. And when we have a better understanding of that, we feel like we have a lot more control in what we create ourselves to be. And I think coming back to your other question of how does this change them and how does this bring them back to be great leaders in the community or people who give back, I think that's exactly it, is that we give them the space to just bloom, to just spread their arms and figure out what that looks like in a very safe environment and in a way that's very supportive and accepting for themselves and their peers. And I think that's, again, from a mental health perspective, I think that's so unconditional in creating for joyful, happy people, and not only just joyful, but people who will know how to navigate difficulties and challenges in life, because they will happen.
Now, one of the amazing aspects is former campers coming back and giving back, participating as alumni, and now being given ownership to keep the success going.
And I think because, life is always about transition and change. And so I think in that time frame, just developmentally and also where people are in that space, everyone remembers, oh yeah, I remember in high school. I remember when that happened. Oh, I was so kalakas, or oh, I made these mistakes. But I think when we have that space and when we create that space for them and the right kind of tools to support them through difficulties, oh gosh, it's really beautiful to be able to witness their empowerment in that way. I think the last thing I'll say is, just be on the lookout when we have more.